Hello everybody and welcome to another Jurassic World Evolution video, and for today we're going to be discussing a ranking video. Specifically, we're going to be discussing my top 10 herbivorous species in Jurassic World Evolution. Since the game is basically complete and Evolution 2 is on the way, I thought we would look at what my 10 favorite are. Now for this we're going to have a few rules for the ranking. First, I'll be basing them off how much I use them, as well as how unique they are, and I'll also be ranking them for like how unique their animations are, like what their skins look like, do I use them that often. All those things will be put into play for my top 10 herbivorous species in Evolution. Now we will be doing a carnivore one in the future, but first we're going to be doing the cute little herbivores, even though some of them are not little at all, and some, unlike this Brachiosaurus, are huge. But let's get into it. Now my first honorable mention, I want to get into some honorable mentions first, and I have 3 of them. The first of those is Sinoceratops, who is a unique ceratopsian with a goofy face and also has some cool skins, even though this one's supposed to be the alpine and doesn't really look like that. The rainforest would probably be a better alpine for it, but it has unique head, unique attack animation when it's able to kill. The only reason it's not on the list for the top 10 is because it's very weak. Like, it's the weakest dinosaur of combat in the entire game, and unless you modify it fully and face it against a basic dino, it won't win. And even then, if it's something like a T-Rex, it will still lose, which is very unfortunate, and I think his head's kind of... Oh, wait, no, it's not fully, it's just the way the camera's working. My next 2 honorable mentions are actually right together, those being the Iguanadon, which is a cute stegosaurid, and I'm showing you them with some of my favorite skins for them. This being the steppe, even though when I first used it I thought it was supposed to be jungle. Oh my god, he's getting close to the camera. Watch out, sorry squeakers. And he has the adorable squeak of a Iguanadon, and, well, obviously he's a Iguanadon. Of course he's going to have that kind of squeak. But he is an adorable one, and he doesn't look too intimidating, but then again, you could be wrong. Look at those spikes. He looks like a miniature Spinosaurus, who, actually, I'm pretty sure there's a debate in paleontology that they are related, but whatever. And the other one, who's right here, Ouranosaurus, which is not a hadrosaur, it is an iguanodonted. I think I'm pronouncing that Iguanodon. And he is cute, he's got a cool run, and he's got a different posture to all the other hadrosaurs, iguanodons, all that stuff. But the only reason he doesn't make it into the cut is because he's unfortunately not too useful when it comes to having him with other dinos, since he's one of the least social hadrosaurs of all. But let's get into the top 10 now. Three-horned and mighty is the Triceratops at number 10. Yes, I know. One of my personal favorite herbivores in real life is on the top 10 list, of course, with the Return to Jurassic Park basic skin for today's showcase. And it wouldn't be on this list without the Jurassic Park skins, to be honest, as well as one of the others that'll be on this list. The reason why is because I love the way the beak looks strong and built, as well as the horns. It always looked before kind of, not really strong looking, but now it looks fierce and like a true enemy for a predator, even though unfortunately it's not that strong. It's one of the weaker ones like Sinoceratops was, but still a beautiful addition to Jurassic Park.
Ladies and
being brought in for Fallen Kingdom for its first appearance, the Stiggy Moloch is one that made its mark for sure. While I know some people don't like it because of the way its head looks so big compared to its body, I think it's pretty cute, as it makes it look unique compared to the other two Pachycephalosaurs. No, sorry, four, because Homalocephalae is one. And I love how it's got its arms positioned like it's a boxer ready to lay some punches. And trust me, with a head like this, with all those spikes, it'll definitely leave a punch for any predator foolish enough to fight it. And it is my favorite Pachycephalosaurid. More than the Pachycephalosaurus, which the only reason for that is because the Stiggy Moloch is able to be used a lot more. It can handle more dinosaurs than any Pachycephalosaurid except for Homalocephalae, which makes it win. And my favorite skin for it is the basic, because it kind of reminds me of the Lost World Raptors a little bit, but making it unique. And he's cute. He's got the cute calls, but it doesn't mean that he's not dangerous. Another ceratopsian already is the Sinoceratops, and I know this is going to cause some controversy with it being higher than Triceratops. Oh god, he just ran through Stiggy. I know people are going to be like wondering why he's higher than Triceratops. I think it's because he's the most unique of all the ceratopsians. Like, the rest of them all look very similar with their 3 or 2 horns, but he's got this one massive horn with a few on like the sides. And the frill shape is different from the rest, and it makes him look... he stands out from the crowd. You could put all the others, like Chasmosaurus, Penta, in the same enclosure, and at a quick glance, I wouldn't be able to tell which is which. But this guy, putting him in a enclosure with all other ceratopsians, I'll be able to pull him straight away. And, you know, because he is on my channel banner that I have right now, which is a temporary one, he is the Brachiosaurus, which my sister knows exactly why I'm calling him that, but, you know, he's a cute addition. He does look a little weird with his humanish face, I will admit, but, you know, he looks fierce and intimidating, and I think he just wins over Triceratops with a little. And Tyrannosaurus is coming to check him out, I see. Pretty nice. When it comes to cuteness, the Homalocephalae defeats all. He's got the cutest calls, he's got a cute small size, which he is the second smallest creature in the game, and his run, as you can see, is so adorable. And look, there's the Stiggy Moloch Homo, and he's got some cool skins, with this being the rainforest one, which is my favorite of them. And he's got and when he picks at the ground, he looks like sort of a chicken, kind of, even though he's not related to them. That would be a Gallimimus, or, well, yeah, Gallimimus, because its name means chicken mimic. But I love how unique he is, and he's got some cool animations, like his hop, like I think we'll be able to see it in a second. As he gets to the feeder, he's going to hop onto it. Yes, he is. Ready, and hop. There you go. That's one of my favorite, like, feeding animations. It's so unique to him. He just hops on and goes, I'm gonna eat. Not minding anyone else, even though his feet are phasing in, I just realized, but it's fine. And his death animations to predators are amazing. Like, I remember when I first used him with another carnivore to see if it was anything unique, I literally couldn't speak. I was speechless when he got swallowed whole by the T-Rex, which, yikes, poor guy, but still, what a cute addition. And the fact that he's a Pachycephalosaurid, but doesn't look like he's gonna cause you much trouble, is awesome. I do wish, though, that he could fight against, like, some of the small carnivores, like, at least, like, cause injury to them, but who knows, maybe if he's in Evolution 2, he'll be able to do that, since we will be having more dynamic fighting animations, including broken bones and all that stuff, which, for a Pachycephalosaurid against a small Dromaeosaurid, that's gonna be interesting. The Parasaurosaurus is at number 6 today, and oh, there we go. And the reason why it's not higher is actually because of its calls. Yeah, its calls would have brought it higher. It is one of my favorite hadrosaurs in the game, with one beating it because of the unique skin. But the reason why it's not higher on this list is because, unfortunately, it does not have its Lost World calls, except for when you release it from the hatchery, which was thanks to Return to Jurassic Park, which I do like the Jurassic World ones, I do. But it would be nice to have a mix of the Jurassic World calls as well as the Lost World ones, which is why another dinosaur from the Lost World that is also in Jurassic World will be on this list a lot higher, and probably would have switched places if Para here did not have his calls missing. But for a hadrosaur, he's unique, he's awesome, and he's been a part of the franchise since the very first movie, even though everybody, including the Frontier, have seemed to have forgotten that, because he doesn't have the Jurassic Park skin, where it should be green. And this, obviously, is the Lost World skin, also kind of the Jurassic World one, because this, well, it was the male variant, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Strange why they had a Jurassic World version, but, you know, it works. This duck face will be the best, even though Alan Grant doesn't like it being called a ducky. The Nigersaurus, the smallest of all the sauropods in this game, at least for this game, might not be for Evolution 2 if we look at a Margosaurus, is adorable. He's got the goofiest mouth, which I'm pretty sure his mouth is like referenced as a vacuum for in the species profile, but it is super adorable and unfortunately does not stand any chance against any large carnivore. So I recommend not putting him in there because, well, he's not gonna like you after. But for a unique sauropod, it's awesome. Unlike any other sauropod, it can feed from small feeders and also is just like the hadrosaurs and is endangered by everything basically. Except for small carnivores, I believe, like raptor, I think it's safe, but other than that, it's in danger, which makes it a unique sauropod. Controversy is coming. The biggest of the hadrosaurs is the Edmontosaurus, which one was it at? Number 4. Yeah, number 4, that's correct. And I know what you're thinking. How is it higher than that guy, Parasaurosaurus? Well, the reason why is because Parasaurosaurus, as I mentioned, did not have his Lost World calls. If he did, he would be higher than this one. But Edmontosaurus is such a unique hadrosaur for me that I really like him. He's a bit of a mystery when it comes to the Jurassic Park franchise. He made a small appearance in the Lost World Jurassic Park as a skull in the Rex nest, and since then, he's never been seen. Although the skin, like specifically this one, which is the basic skin, has become quite popular amongst fans, including me, and it is beautiful. And unfortunately, though, the one thing that brings it down is that it's not able to defend itself at all against any carnivores, at least like medium carnivores, because like compared to the Parasaurosaurus, it looks thick, bulky, and like a tough hadrosaur to take down. But unfortunately, he's taken down just as easily as the others. Maybe in Evolution 2, if he comes, we'll be able to get him to be able to defend himself. At number 3, we have the Stegosaurus, the one and only. And yes, this is the one from the Lost World that took Para's place at number 3. And the reason why is because Stegosaurus, throughout the game, since the beginning, has always been able to have both its Lost World and Jurassic World ones. Now, usually when it uses its Lost World ones, it's either when it's in conversation with other Stegos, or when it's fighting. But it still is such a unique dinosaur, and it's a lot higher because of course, the Return to Jurassic Park one, where it's got its nice beak, even though I do like the Jurassic World variant. I wasn't a huge fan of Jurassic World having their tails down, but there is a in-movie reason, which is because they're really so relaxed that they don't need to have their tails high up, which I could discuss that in a future video, but Stegosaurus is so awesome. He is one of the toughest dinos in the game, can take on like almost every predator. Unfortunately, doesn't mean that much because he still dies from all of them, but still, he is awesome and is a beast. And also, why does the hatchery keep showing it on the shadow side? I want to see it in the light. Can you turn your head over this way? Thank you. Now, he's not too unique when it comes to Stegosaurids, because they all share a similar animation, but he still makes himself unique as being the Stegosaurus. At second place, we actually have the Iguanadon, which may surprise some of you, but I love this guy. Looks like a beast. Like, just look at his hands for one. They scream he's bad, and especially with those thumb claws. He was a lovely addition to the game for sure. And the way that he's unique with his fighting animations, the way that he uses his hands to eat from the bushes, it's really good. And interestingly, my favorite skin for him is the basic one. Even though I don't use it too often, it looks very natural. The others kind of stand out a bit too much, except for the woodland, I would say. But I love the Iguanodon, and the way that he walks on all fours, but runs, as you can see here, runs with them, and the way he holds his hands, very nice. And he only loses out due to one being just so iconic. The first dino we ever see is number 1. Anyone who knows me knows that number 1 for me is the Brachiosaurus, which is just gorgeous. Even before Return to Jurassic Park skins came out, which this one here is pattern C in case you're wondering, but Brachiosaurus has always been my favorite. It's my favorite herbivorous dinosaur in IRL, with sometimes it changing between 2 other dinos, but it's so majestic. Like, anytime you release it, you have to watch it. I never, with every other dinosaur, even the T-Rex, I always am fine with skipping it and then just getting on with the rest of the stuff. Brachiosaurus, he just makes me want to watch him, and except for when he's turned his head the other way. There we go, very nice. Oh, the water is going weird with the light, but Brachiosaurus, he is so gorgeous. And for my favorite skin for the regular ones, I would say that it's actually the Rainforest one. And the reason why this and the Rainforest are so similar for me for favorites, for Brachiosaurus, my favorite skins are the Rainforest and Pattern C for Return to Jurassic Park. And the reason why is because they look so similar to the Fallen Kingdom one, which is my favorite version of the Brachiosaurus in the movies for sure. But guys, that is it. That is my top 10 herbivorous dinosaurs. Now you can see there's a few others, and that's because this one has Stegosaurus, which one's that? Wetland, because that's my favorite for the Jurassic World versions, and this one, of course, is Rainforest, which, speaking of which, if we look at the Brachiosaurus, you can see it looks very similar to the, Fallen Kingdom version, which I wish came in, like, the Return to Jurassic Park DLC. I know it shouldn't, but there's a few skins from, like, the movies that aren't in the game that should have been, like the Battle at Big Rock Allosaurus. It should have come with Sinoceratops, or the, Demon Carnotaurus that appeared in Fallen Kingdom. Or, speaking of Brachiosaurus, yes, you were cute, the Fallen Kingdom skin. But still, these are my top 10s. What are your top 10 herbivores, and why is it? As well as, oh, excuse me, sorry. Leave in the comments what, oh yeah, you can definitely see why this is my favorite, like the brightness of those. Leave in the comments what your favorite, herbivore species in Jurassic World Evolution 2 are, and which ones do you think have the best chances of making their return in Evolution 2, besides ones that are in the movies, because those are obviously going to appear. I will say, though, for the one that I think won't appear, where is he? Ah, there he is. Oh god, he sleeps weirdly. The Iguanadon. I don't think he actually will be in the Evolution 2 at launch. The reason why is because we know he's going to appear in the 5-minute preview for Jurassic World Dominion, which, since that's the case, and I've done this in a previous video, I mentioned there will be probably a Dominion DLC, and if that's the case, then all dinosaurs that are introduced to the film franchise in that movie will be appearing. And since Iguanodon has not appeared in the films yet, except for Dominion, he will be showing up in that. But if you've enjoyed this video and want to see more, if you've enjoyed this ranking of my top 10 herbivore species in Jurassic World Evolution, I'd appreciate the like, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to join the hunt, as we just reached over 500 subscribers as of recording this video. I think we have 502, I think, which now we just need to reach 1,000, guys. Can we do it? But until the next ranking video, where we'll probably do our favorite carnivores, which might not include the hybrids. I apologize for anyone who's thinking that, but we only have 2, and you know they're going to be in the top 3 for sure. But be safe, and until next time, Squeakers, will see you later. Bye-bye.